Hello, thank you for tuning in to this section of weekly reads. I'm also doing in-person reads in Herkimer, New York. The information should be below. If not, email me and I'll give you the details if you're near Herkimer, New York. This should be on the YouTube channel, James13 Wicca. Every now and then we get some weird people pulling funny little stunts, so I'm going to make sure that that's there. I'm going to put the decks below, and beyond that, let's go ahead and get into your read. If you want a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again, and again, like I said, on to your reading. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? I got that feeling like somebody just blew chalk dust in my face. Like, it's like, oh. It's weird. Oh. Everybody's got to make their choices, right? So, you know what you have to do. Okay. I feel the first thing I'm getting here is you know what you have to do. This is like floating around this situation, and the question is, are you going to claim it? Are you going to claim the gates of triumph? Will you do that? Because I keep getting, the first thing I keep getting, and it just keeps repeating, is that you know what you got to do. Are you going to do it, though? Because even though you know it needs to be done, for some reason you're not. And you have reasons, clearly. But is that really serving you? Because there's stress here. There's something where I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. Or at least maybe at one time, maybe that was true. Maybe you needed to be here for whatever reason. Maybe. Question mark is a general read, you know. But the current energy is kind of like you're staying here, and maybe you're accepting something. You came into it feeling like you could make it better than it is what I'm kind of getting. And it's kind of like, at this point, if I was going to make any improvements, I probably already had my moment with that. I feel like this is a choose you thing. Now, it could be very hard for you. I have a few Aquarians in my family, and they're very good at playing a poker face, in my opinion. Things can bother them, and you don't know that. You could like something, and people don't know that either. I feel like Aquarius is very good with a poker face, and if you want people to know, people will know. But it's about choosing you, and it's kind of like this situation is getting heavy. It's getting heavier and heavier, and for some reason you feel like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. But what if you allow yourself to consider not doing this? I almost feel like for a lot of you, maybe that's a scary thing. To even consider that, to allow yourself to consider that. That may be a very scary thing. Because you know yourself well enough, kind of like, once I start going down that road, I might very well take that road. And I don't know if that's right. 10 of Pentacles coming in like this is telling me things are starting to crumble anyway. You don't have to wait for everything to completely fall apart. You know that the Tower is coming. You have this in your thoughts, and you're very like, do I really need to stay for this to the bitter end? Do I really need to just prove that I can do that? Because I know that I can. But who am I proving this to? I already know that I can. I feel like you're putting yourself on the outside. That's interesting. I keep feeling like you're putting yourself on the outside. What you want, what you need, what's feeling good for you. I feel like you're putting it on the outside. For some of you, this might be a job that asks way too much of you, but you might be feeling like, yeah, but the life that my family's able to live based on me doing this job, I gotta just do what I gotta do. I gotta do what I gotta do. Even though maybe it's one of those jobs that sucks the life out of you every time you just think about the place. You don't even have to be there. You just think about it and it's like, ugh. I remember having a job like that. It was a couple years and I was just like, it was very draining. It was a very draining situation. And until I allowed myself to step out and just really consider like options that I didn't realize were there, and even options that I thought, well, maybe it's not the best option. Maybe I could have 2 jobs instead of 1 job and maybe that'll work it out. Until I started giving myself that chance to think it out, it didn't really change. But then when it did change, it's very interesting because the energy still went slow. I think the process took like 3, almost 4 months from the time I first interviewed till I first started my first day there. It just took longer than I wanted it to. It took forever. I don't know if there's an analogy with that or like a parallel with that, but because I get once you make up your mind, well, it's not even make up your mind. Once you start looking at it, the Aquarius card came in, the star card on the dice, and the 5 of Wands reversed. It's almost like once I give up the fight, maybe I'm fighting to keep myself a part of this. Once I stop fighting it, I'm going to start really seeing it for what it's doing. And I'm going to really start looking at it like, I don't have to do this. There are other ways to live life. There are other things I can do. It's kind of like, yeah, my family's used to all these great things, but this is not good for me. And maybe it wouldn't be so bad for them to have a downsize. Maybe it's a good contrast of experience for them too. Maybe it is. It could be a hard thing to accept, but it could be a very good contrast of experience for them. It's kind of like, once you just let that happen, once you just let yourself have the thought, I feel like that's really a strong thing with Aquarius. Let me know below, but like, I feel like Aquarius sometimes blocks themselves from thinking about things. You can keep it going, keep it rolling in the air, and you just don't let yourself land on anything. You just don't let yourself go over in that area because you're like, once I go over there, I might start fixing it or figuring out what I need to do to fix it. And it might be one of those things where you see it, it's like, the sooner I start it, the sooner it's done, and you might go that direction. I feel like it's harder to be at peace with it once you see it. And it's all about giving it fair thought. Because I feel like once I give it fair thought, I'll realize like, this isn't working for me. I'm not happy. I'm not thriving. I'm not happy with day-to-day life. I'm living my life for other people's happiness, and this isn't right. Even though I care about these people, even though they're important to me, this isn't right for how I feel. I shouldn't feel like this, and other people are happy. We should all be happy. And once I start forming my new path forward, it may not be as bad as I thought. It also may not be something I just like make a decision, a harsh decision today. I don't feel like a lot of you are going to do that. I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to start looking at your options, you're going to start exploring your options, and you're going to find that something you thought you were very limited at, you're going to have a lot more possibilities than you expected. And there may be ways to do things and ways to change your situation that you just got to start looking at it and giving yourself that permission to look at it in the sense of, this isn't working for me anymore. I don't want this anymore. I want to change. I just got to see what I need to do to make that change happen. And I got to look at all the options I have to make it change. Something where I feel like it's very limited, like I could do it, but it would be very hard. There's only this one option I'm seeing to start off with. But the more I give it honest, fair game, a lot more things here. And I feel like your independence comes into play here with the Knight of Pentacles too. All you got to do is get on that, stay focused with it. Literally, it says stay focused to what you actually want in life, not where life is trying to push you, but where you want to be. There's going to be some weird things here. The environment does some weird things with things moving on, things coming in. And then this crossing, I'm going to roll the dice on that. Because I keep feeling like things are shifting around you, things are moving. Once you decide you're going to go or change your situation, other people might start doing that before you have a chance to. Four of Swords reversed in the environment, so it's other people not healing, and then the Devil card, but it's coming in like this, which means some negative stuff that's going to go their way and against them. Their way and against them. So it may be one of those things, if I'm going to use a relationship for an example, it may be one of those things once they realize you're considering going, maybe they'll beat you to the punch and they'll just disappear. And they'll just move somewhere else and just not tell you. leave you holding the bag, which ironically will just make it easier for you to make your next step forward. If it's a job situation and they find out you're looking at other opportunities at other places, they might start making life difficult, or they might end your job. But I get if that happens, it'll just open the next door that much quicker for you. That could happen, though. I feel like they're kind of putting that out there. Once your energy starts accepting that, this isn't working for me, I'm going to make a different decision. Once that starts, I feel like once you make that internal decision, I feel like that kind of radiates around you. Even though Aquarius has that great poker face, and I really feel you do, at least from the ones that I've known, it still starts to, like, the energy shifts, and I feel like people know. Like, the people around you start to be like, well, wait a minute. Aquarius seems a lot happier than usual. Aquarius has more fresh energy. Aquarius seems to be lifting their own spirits. What's going on with this? And all of a sudden it becomes like, what's going on? How are they able to do that? I don't know what's going on with them. They might actually want to get away from you because they're not comfortable with you being happy. Can we get like a little bit more on that? $17, which is the Star card, which is the Aquarius card. And then the Ten of Pentacles reversed. If you're happy, it makes them feel unstable. Who are these people? I don't know. It literally may be one of those situations where if you're happy and you're content and your energy's starting to go well, it makes other people very uncomfortable. Which, I don't know. I keep feeling, I keep tripping back to, like, if there's people like that in your life, I don't really feel like I want people like that in my life. If you're happy, they're like, oh, that's not good. I would be aware of that. I'm just saying. I keep feeling it, and I'm just like, that's messed up. That's a certain type of person. I'm going to be judgmental on that. That's not really a fix-it type person. That's they need to go away type person. I'm just saying. Good luck to them. If I saw somebody like that, I've had that happen. Bon voyage. Bon voyage. Once they realize that, like, if I'm happy, they don't like that. Bon voyage. Bon voyage. All right. Whatever this is, it's going to create a big change in your life. I don't feel like this is minimal. If this reading is hitting, this is going to be a major change in your life, a huge change. But on the other side, it's a lot happier. It's a lot better. It's a lot more freeing. It's a lot more fresh. It's a lot more expansive. Why do we want to say expansive? Just in case I'm missing something. Five of Pentacles, releasing that Five of Pentacles. It's more inclusive to you. The Sun card, I like that. It's not on the deck, but it's there. It's on the dice. So on the dice, this came up like this. So in your reading, it shows like this, where you're blocking yourself from your own passions almost. And the more you go into something new, you stop doing that. This might be a process. The fact that it's coming in like this makes me feel like if you're blocking yourself from your own happiness, your own passion, it might be a work in progress. It's not just like flick the switch. You might have to work at it and allow yourself to be happy and allow yourself to get into things that actually work for you and start thinking of yourself more in the first position. You should be up there with everybody else who gets theirs first. You should be too. Not just as an afterthought. You should be just as valued as everybody else. If there's 5 other people, so you're one of 6, there's 5 other people, everybody has their turn in the lead. And that includes you. Like, you're one of the 6. You don't just, like, I've seen this with parents, especially single parents. They always put themselves, like, as an afterthought, which I understand when you're raising kids, especially depending on the age. But, you really need to put yourself in that list somewhere. You got to do something for you. If you're going to keep your energy up there, if you're going to keep your energy healthy, you're showing other people, especially when you're raising other people. If you're teaching them when you're raising kids, your needs don't matter, it's everybody else's, that's not a good thing. In the long run, that's not a good thing. You got to put your needs in there too. You don't shortcut somebody else for it. You don't shortchange somebody else for it. You just make sure yours are in there too. One of the simple ways that I've seen it done, in a good way, once a week, everybody gets to choose what they want for dinner, and then the last night is a takeout dinner or whatever. They eat at somebody else's house. I forget how that went. But literally, the parent included themselves. They get one day a week, too, to choose what everybody is going to eat. Everybody gets a night to choose. So that includes you. So including yourself in that is very, very important. It sets a great example. A great example. Anything else? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.